My name is Matt Brainard. I'm the leader of the Voter Integrity Project, looking into anomalies and potential illegal ballots cast in this election in the 6 pivotal states, including Arizona. I have a background working in voter data, going back over 20 years with the Republican National Committee, with President Trump's campaign, with election administration and redistricting firm Election Data Services. So this is an area where I have a lot of experience and expertise. So are you ready for me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Proceed. Thank you.
A couple days after the election, I and a team of dedicated individuals with experience similar to my own in the field of voter data and analysis decided to engage in an experiment of sorts to detect potentially illegal ballots without any preconceived notions about what we might find, what we would want to find, just to try to determine the truth using a couple of different analytical methods. Fortunately, despite the great expense of this experiment, we were able to fundraise through crowdsourcing in a very short order. We've raised over $600,000 from almost 9,000 different donors all over the country who are interested in finding the truth. And we entered this with although many of us have political biases, personally, we brought none of those biases to our analysis. We just decided we wanted to try to find the truth using methods we believe to be reliable. Our findings were across the country. We found a tremendous number of anomalies, and Arizona is at the forefront of many of the anomalies we found. Now, unlike many other states that we evaluated, there were some unique limitations to our analysis in Arizona. In general, we were only able to get data for early and absentee voters in all of the 6 states we targeted. In Arizona, we were only able to get early and absentee voters for the county of Maricopa. So all the numbers I'm sharing with you, all of the analysis is based solely on Maricopa. Now, as the other counties make their data available, we'll certainly try to update these reports and these numbers. But just looking at Maricopa, we found some interesting results. So I'm going to open up a PowerPoint that kind of covers the country, but I'm really just going to speak about Arizona, which is, I know what you're interested in. So. Okay, so we ran 5 or 6 different experiments on each of these states. One experiment that we ran where we isolated a universe of voters according to the state who had been sent an absentee ballot but did not return that ballot. And we asked them 2 questions. One, we asked them, by reaching out to them via phone, because we were operating 3 different call centers to try to reach these people to confirm whether or not they had ever requested that absentee ballot and whether or not they returned it. So in Arizona, we were able to reach 2,044 people who had been identified as having requested an absentee ballot and not returned it, according to the state. Of those, 44% of them said they never requested that ballot. Then, among the individuals who did say they did request it, we asked, well, did you send it back? And among those, of the overall universe, we had 354 of them say, yeah, I actually mailed it back, despite the state not recording having received it back. Now, I've got a little bit of audio-visual for you because our call centers were recording phone calls. Now, none of this is speculative. I know that some people have, other analysts in some of the court cases I've been involved in have taken our numbers and then projected them. Say, for example, projecting that 44% of the did not request of our sample out to the entire universe of about 500,000 unreturned, and saying these are the number of ballots that it seems or appears possible that somebody else requested those ballots other than the voter of record. But I'm not doing that myself. Others are welcome to make that analysis. I don't have a background as a statistician. But what I do have is I'd like to share with you some of the audio recordings of at least 2 of the individuals we spoke to who said that they did not get a ballot. They did not request the ballot despite being sent them. Now these audio recordings have been modified to cut out like their last names because we don't want to inadvertently dox anybody here. But if somebody privately, as you are in positions of authority in the legislature, wants photo recordings, we're more than happy to share that with you. More than happy to give you the names, addresses, phone numbers of everybody we've identified in these categories. Okay? So I'm going to play the one audio recording of an individual. Bear with me as I make some adjustments.
We recognize that technology is great until you actually need to have it work.
Yeah, but we can find a workaround if we need to. So I'm just going to hold the mic to the computer speaker.
Can't hear it.
Can we get it out of this? Okay, we'll try it again. Okay.
Hello, this is Mary Kemper with Voter Integrity Fund. May I please speak to Charles?
This is, who are you with?
Voter Integrity Fund. Charles Mart's in the state of Arizona and is having requested an absentee ballot. Did you request an absentee ballot?
Absolutely did not.
No. Okay, and did you? Okay, no. Okay, somebody from our team will follow up with you, and can you please give us the best phone number? Is it this?
So I'll play for you the second example.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, is this Zofa?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Taj. I'm with the Voter Integrity Fund. In the state of Arizona, it said that you requested the absentee ballot. I'm just making sure that you requested that ballot.
No, I did not request an absentee ballot.
Okay, somebody from our team will follow up with you. Is this a good number to follow back up with you on?
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and you have a good day.
Okay.
Excuse me, Matt, before you go too much further, can you tell me what counties were those calls made to?
The only county that's released data for us is Maricopa.
All right,
so.
thank you.
Sure. I'm going to proceed. So we, with some of the other experiments we ran, one of them was, again, no one's ever kind of tried to do this after an election before. Nobody's had the interest or the funds to do so. To really think about, if people were trying to cast illegal ballots, either as part of an organized voter fraud effort or just somebody just deciding I'm going to cast a ballot I shouldn't, maybe a ballot that's not for my name, just one individual deciding, I got an absentee ballot request to this address, my address, this person doesn't live in here anymore, but maybe I should fill it out and see if I can cast it, or, potential clerical errors. No one's ever really done this before, so we tried some stuff that just kind of that made us curious, things that we thought we might find things. So in Arizona, we actually pulled a universe of people who had never voted before, except they've showed up and voted this election. And just call them and say, hey, did you actually cast that ballot? It's very hard. Any of you who've, I'm sure in your maybe races for office, have operated phone centers or conducted public polling, when you start out with a universe that's pretty big, once you start trying to dial that and get responses, that universe shrinks a lot and shrinks very quickly. Because you have a broad universe, then you have to try to pen phone numbers to it, and you get maybe half of them or so. And the people who the numbers are correct, or they don't go to voicemail, or some other problem, and people who actually pick up the phone and then start answering questions, that universe shrinks a lot. So we did this experiment in Arizona with some, again, voters who had never voted before. Again, and asked them if they had cast that ballot. Now, about 1% of them told us that they didn't. But remember, those were people willing to talk to us and admit that they did not cast a ballot. And many of the people we reached, we had to leave voice messages for. We just couldn't get a hold of. But one person in particular, I want to play a video for you guys, who we left him a voicemail, but he never talked to us, so he's not included in these numbers. So I want to share just a clip, if I can, from a program. Let me adjust the volume here.
Maricopa County, Arizona, to Tennessee about 5 months ago so he could train for the Olympics. So you can imagine his surprise when he got a message from something called the Voter Integrity Fund.
The state of Arizona is reporting that a ballot was cast in the name of Nishan Garrett in the general election on Tuesday. If Nishan Garrett did not cast this ballot, please call us back.
Well, that doesn't sound fishy at all, right? Well, Nishan didn't think so either. So he went to the state of Arizona's voting website only to discover that his ballot had been accepted. And Maricopa County's voter portal said his ballot was signature verified and counted. The only problem is he'd already voted in Tennessee. He didn't vote in Arizona. Nishan Garrett joins me now. Nishan, great to see you. Now, you never received an Arizona absentee ballot or an application for mail-in ballot, so who the heck cast your ballot in Arizona?
That is an excellent question. That is an excellent question. I have no idea, and that's the reason why I'm on here with you tonight.
So I'm going to stop the video there.
What does it make you think about this?
But I think you get the drift of that. I'm actually going to play for you another recording here, which actually this one was particularly interesting to me.
Hi, my name is Thomas with the Voter Integrity Fund. May I please speak with Riley?
Yep, speaking to him.
All right, hi. Can you confirm whether or not you cast a ballot in the state of Arizona?
I'm a felon, so I can't vote.
All right. Let me see here. According to the state of Arizona, somebody cast a ballot in your name, and you may be a victim of voter fraud. Can you please give us the best number to reach you?
I mean, probably the one you're calling me at.
So I cut the video because, whenever we reach somebody like this, we want to ask them a couple questions. Is the best number to reach you at? Would you be willing to sign a declaration or something like that so we could pass that off to attorneys? I think those are two, and we've got hundreds of them of different categories. So we'll, as you've heard, we have recordings of everyone we spoke to, all of the 900 or so that didn't request, all of the 354 that said they did request but mailed it back and somehow the state never got their vote.